My next guest's career spans some 10 years or more. Named in Melbourne Magazine's 100 Most Influential People, nominated for the Melbourne Comedy Festival's Barry Award, he's regarded as one of Australia's finest singer-songwriters. Now, his early life was spent travelling in a circus. His parents, a comedian and a clown. We'll talk about that later on. Jordie Leigh has certainly drawn his nostalgic days, I suppose those nomadic days of a lifestyle, into the work and the storytelling of songs that he does today. Jordie Leigh's on the line right now. Jordie, so nice to have you with us on our program today.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
We've caught you travelling. You're going towards Kyneton or somewhere, aren't you?
Actually down to Warrnambool.
Warrnambool, is it? Yeah.
Doing a secret show. We're doing a run of these secret gigs through a group called Parlour, where we go into people's houses and play for them.
Really? And they don't know you're coming?
No, it's just that you don't know that I'm going. So, yeah, all the guests get notified by their host, but they keep it secret, and so it's not open to the public.
Right.
But yeah, maybe one day we'll do a gig where, no one will know that we're coming, and we will be a complete surprise.
So when you're in town, you have this big concert at someone's house tonight, and no one else knows you're there, and you nick off and go back home again.
Yep, pretty much.
How many people are in these sort of concerts?
It varies.
Does it?
You know, some are like sort of exclusive, like 30 people in a little city loft, and some are 100 people in a country backyard. So it's just a great way for us to get really intimate with audiences and do it in a way that's different to our public ticketed shows.
Jordie, what was it like growing up in the circus, moving around with Mum? Your mum, Denise Scott, of course, but what was it like moving around with Mum and Dad in the circus life?
My memories are fond, and they're early too. I have memories from when I was about 2 years old.
Right. Travelling
with them up in Darwin. I remember a lot of costume changes and makeup. You know, they were pretty out there. My dad was dressed up as a police woman, and my mum was dressed up as Frank Sinatra.
Really? Yeah.
So a little confusing for a young kid, but I loved it. And you know, I then spent from about the age of 5 to 18 in one house in the north of Melbourne in Thornbury.
Right.
And so that was the complete opposite to the first few years of my life. But so then as soon as I was able to, I got back on the road, and I'm sure that early experience as a kid kind of gave me that taste for wanting to be nomadic.
I think so, yes. And that comes through in your songwriting, your singing these days, doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, I'm, same as what Mum would say sometimes herself. We're not that creative. We need real things to happen so we can just tell the truth and hopefully make it sound like a good story.
Gee, I reckon your mum's very creative. She's a great actor.
I know.
Great actor.
I say that to her too.
Yeah,
I say that. Yeah. But, she's very much, into saying, not being that imaginative.
Yes.
And I've got better at being, creative inside our heads. And I think we're denying the truth that we love extending a tale way beyond its truth. And that's the fun thing, as long as something spawns from truth and honesty and a good place, then you can totally make the rest up.
Gee, you said that so well. You've summarised things very well. I'm going to get your mum on this program one day to have a chat about her career, but I might have to do that through you. Yeah, I'll contact you to contact your mum, sort of thing.
Sure, thanks.
Jordie, you're coming down to Chapel Off Chapel, of course, and you're there next Thursday night, the 25th. It's a story and song show. Tell us what's going to be, what's it about?
Yeah, that's going to be a really special show, not just one of our normal gigs. It's, we'll be playing in the beautiful Chapel Theatre there in Coran and inviting different guests from throughout the years that I've recorded with and performed with. So we'll have a guest producer from my first album,
right?
Named Jeff Lang. Arguably one of the country's, probably our best guitarist in the country, blues and roots. And so he's going to be joining us on guitar, and I've got Claire Reynolds with me here in the car. She'll be singing with me, who co-produced my last album. And then we've got a young duo named Charmer Finches, two sisters. And then we've got a surprise guest comedian And the hint is it's definitely not my mum. Somebody else. We've been having people online going, oh, yeah, I know who the surprise is.
Your mum will charge you too much, mate. She want a big fee to appear.
No, she's going on holiday.
Is she?
She's not even going to be there.
Oh, come on.
Anyhow, she's seen enough of our shows, but no, it should be a great event. There's grand piano in there, and we're going to kind of really explore the way that I record my albums. And,
yes.
And look at those techniques and things.
Oh, so you're going right through that technique of stripping things back and taking from the bare roots, are you?
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
okay.
There's a couple of records where I would play wine glasses. So you put water in the wine glass.
Yes.
Run your finger around the rim of the glass, and you layer those up within tones like you would playing a piano or bells or something, and that forms like a drone sound for the song. And I did that on one of my albums years ago, so we're going to try and recreate that live as well. And
you're in the chapel or in the loft?
In the chapel theatre.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space.
Yeah, we can't wait. And they're filming the event as well. It's going to be a special one. So I think there's a few tickets left.
Is this your first time at the chapel?
It is. Yeah,
Right.
I've never been in there.
You'll love it, Jordie. You really will. You'll love it.
Awesome.
I know tickets have been selling fast. I was talking to the publicist down there. There are some tickets still available, and you can certainly contact the box office at 82907000. Now, you can get half a dozen tickets here because Denise Scott's not going, so she's given her tickets up. 82907000. She's on holidays, travelling the world somewhere. 82907000. You've got a new album out too, pal.
Yeah, we made it over in the US in a place called Glassell Park.
Is this the album you recorded in, is it Barnes or something?
We recorded in all different weird spaces, like a bungalow, a shed, and a warehouse. One was just literally a little Airbnb rental that we turned into a studio, and it was really heaps of fun. It was basically like cubby house making and actually getting it to sound like a, Abbey Road studio or something. That was the challenge, and to make it sound like a $1 million record made in a bungalow.
I've got one of the tracks here from it called Black Diamond to play shortly. And
awesome.
It's a great track, pal. It's really, really good. How do we get hold of the album?
People can get it anywhere, like if they go to jordielane.com.
Right.
Jordie with a J. Or it's available everywhere, iTunes, Spotify, all your streaming services. So literally just Google Jordie Lane and Glassell Land. It's a hard spelling. GLASSELLAND.
Where did that name come from?
That one.
Yeah, where did it come from?
It was a place called Glassell Park in the northeast of Los Angeles, and they have a sign there that looks like the Hollywood sign.
Right.
And originally the Hollywood sign said Hollywood Land because it was property development sign. The land bit fell down and it just says Hollywood now. So Glassell Land was the first thing we saw when we got to Glassell Park, and became a symbol of hopes and dreams and all the weirdness of Hollywood, really.
And that's how it came about.
Yeah.
Jordie, I wish you well for the performance on the 25th. I wish you well for tonight's surprise performance too. That'll be another great one for you. And I'm going to play the song as we go out, pal. Thanks for your time. Drive safely, and I'm sure we'll see you.
Pleasure. Thanks
Take care,
for having
mate.
me.
Okay. Bye-bye to you.
Cheers.